السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء، تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ولقد أخذناهم بالعذاب فما استكانوا لربهم وما يتضرعون. صلوات. We are discussing a passage from Dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, in which Imam is emphasizing on the importance of dua, the manner of dua. Earlier we discussed these two sentences: Allahumma ij'alni asulu bika inda al-dhurura. Oh Allah, let me turn to you, come to you when I'm in need. وَأَسْأَلُكَ عِنْدَ الْحَاجَةِ, and let me ask you. This is the second sentence. Almost it looks the same, but all these three sentences actually refer to the importance of dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَأَسْأَلُكَ عِنْدَ الْحَاجَةِ, when I have any need, let me come and ask you about it. Let me speak, let me ask, let me talk to you, let me supplicate. وَأَتَضَرَّعُ إِلَيْكَ عِنْدَ الْمَسْكَنَةِ. This is the third sentence. Oh Allah, let me do tadarru'. So there are two words, two terms have been used here in Arabic. Let me quickly go through them. Tadarru' also has been used in Quran many times. The same maskana. The root word of this is the word that we also use from the same root word is miskeen. When I'm miskeen, miskeen means somebody who is in dire need of something, who is truly who is faqir. When we say faqir, we think somebody, a beggar who is asking people for some help. He is faqir. If somebody tells you that you are faqir, you know what will happen. But you know what? Quran is saying that. Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, not just Muslims, O people. Antumul fuqara'u ila Allah. All of you are faqir. You rich? What richness you have? What wealth do you have? Antumul fuqara. But yes, fuqara to what? Ilallah. Faqir means needy person, right? You are needy to Allah. Never forget that always you need Allah. Not for a single minute you should think that you are all alone, and you can stand by yourself. أنتم الفقراء إلى الله. You are need. غني. So we use word فقير and غني, right? Who is غني? Rich. والله هو الغني الحميد. غني is only Allah. غني means needless. فقير means needy. So keep in mind that we are faqir to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are fuqara. And when you ask dua, ask like a faqir. When he asks for a need that he wants to be fulfilled immediately. So this is maskana. It's called somebody who is miskeen. Miskeen is even lower grade than the faqir. Is miskeen. Faqir is somebody who expresses his need. Miskeen is someone who is, anybody who looks to him, sees him, he will realize that he is miskeen. He is faqir. His look looks like faqir. His appearance is like faqir. Somebody can be faqir, but he might be, wearing, a decent clothes, and you don't recognize him as a faqir. But miskeen, you will say that, oh, he's faqir. It's called miskeen. وَالتَّضَرُّعُ عِنْدَ الْمَسْكَنَةِ. Maskana. We all in front of Allah, when we come to Him, when we ask Him, when we do dua. See, it's very easy to complain that my dua is not accepted. How do you do dua? Tell me. Even somebody tells you, okay, go and read this dua, and this is mujarrab, and for sure your dua will be accepted. Just read it 10 times, 11 times. What you do? Very quickly, looking to the time, and when you will finish quick, do it. Tasbih is Zahra, salamullah alayha. This tasbih is guaranteed. Means anything you ask after reciting tasbih, guaranteed. Your acceptance of dua is guaranteed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by Ahlul Bayt. Now you read, how you do that? How fast you read this tasbih? You don't even know what you're saying. You're just saying subhanallah, subhanallah so fast that if you really read it loud, you don't even you cannot say what you're saying. Subhanallah, 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 subhanallah. What is that? Subhanallah, subhanallah, subhanallah. And you're saving maybe 20 seconds. If you say it correctly, you will spend 20 more seconds to say it correctly. But to save 20 seconds, instead of saying subhanallah, 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 say subhanallah, 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 subhanallah. All right? So say it in correct way. Do it in appropriate manner. وَالتَّضَرُّعُ. And when you say it, when you read your dua, it should not be just like your habit. You know, few dua, somebody told you read this dua, just you are repeating it with your tongue, but your mind is somewhere else. It should be khushu and khudu, and more than that is tadarru'. Here the word tadarru' has been used in this dua. It's amazing. وَالتَّضَرُّعُ إِلَيْكَ عِنْدَ الْمَسْكَنَةِ. Oh Allah, let me do tadarru' in the time of maskana, when I'm in the state of being a miskin, in the state of need and misery. Let me come to you and do tadarru' in dua. Tadarru' in dua, again, is something that gives you, assurance of its acceptance. There are hadith and riwayat that if you cry while you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so it gives you assurance that your dua inshallah will be accepted for sure. So here Imam is saying, oh Allah, give me tawfiq to do tadarru'. What is tadarru'? Let's see what is tadarru'. Tadarru' is something that a person expresses his need with utmost humility and showing kind of helplessness in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, cutting himself from all hopes, coming to Allah and relying on Him 100% and saying, Ya Allah, I have no other door to go and knock. I'm coming to you. I'm in need, true need. And when you ask Him wholeheartedly, not with just words that you have memorized and just you reading that dua very quick. No. Reflect on each word that you are talking. Actually talking to Allah, speaking to Allah. And when you're speaking to Allah, be humble. Try to show yourself that yes, you are the person who depend on this dua only. You have nothing else. This dua, and you, Ya Allah, I depend on you. I'm coming to you. I want this to happen. Don't think that this is your right, that Allah should answer your call. No, it's not my right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who will decide whether He will accept my dua or not. But I'm coming as a miskeen, as a needy person, with tadarru', with humbleness. So see, in Quran we see this word tadarru'. In Surah A'raf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the reason why He sometimes puts people in trouble and problems. Why those trials that a man goes through from Allah. Sometimes there are very, very tough situations that you go through. Suffering of people and things that you go through is very tough and very hard to even remain steadfast in your faith. Why should those situations come to me? I'm a mu'min. I believe in Allah, but still I face so many problems in my life. So the reason Allah is saying so in Al-A'raf 94 says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا فِي قَرْيَةٍ مِّن نَبِيٍّ إِلَّا أَخَذْنَا أَهْلَهَا بِالْبَاسَاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَضَّرَّعُونَ. When we give them the problems and troubles, and sometimes even if they are against us, we give them the punishment. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَضَّرَّعُونَ. Why punishment here in this world? We can keep every punishment to akhirat, but sometimes we punish them here. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَضَّرَّعُونَ. So that they come back to us and do tadarru' to us. They can come and cry and say, Ya Allah, sorry, I did this wrong. Please forgive me. So this can cause a person to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, come back to Allah. The masa'ib that you go through, the suffering, the problems. Sometimes this can become a ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is giving us a chance to come back to Him. But with tadarru', لَعَلَّهُمْ يَضَّرَّعُونَ. Even adhab, sometimes Allah is giving adhab to the people in, of course, previous nations. That is also وَلَقَدْ أَخَذْنَاهُمْ بِالْعَذَابِ فَمَا اسْتَكَانُوا لِرَبِّهِمْ وَمَا يَتَضَرَّعُونَ. See, both words that has been used in this dua has been used in this single ayat of Quran. وَلَقَدْ أَخَذْنَاهُمْ بِالْعَذَابِ فَمَا اسْتَكَانُوا لِرَبِّهِمْ. When we gave them the punishment, the chastisement of us, inflicted them, فَمَا اسْتَكَانُوا لِرَبِّهِمْ. They did not be humble to their Lord as a miskin. فَمَا اسْتَكَانُوا, from the same root word, miskin, istikanat. وَمَا يَتَضَرَّعُونَ, and they did not do tadarru'. You know the story of the nations of Anbiya, previous nations. When adhab comes, it never goes back. Never. Why? Because the adhab is there. And Allah has decided to punish somebody. Allah does not take back that adhab from the nation once He decided to do that. But there is a nation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announced the adhab and took it back from them. Why? Because they did tadarru'. When they saw the adhab, what did they do? Not just they cried, they really did the tawbah in a very unique way. They separated the babies from their mothers, and they came to the open field, everyone separately with thirst and hunger. They did not eat, did not drink, came to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just crying, just asking for forgiveness in a very unique way. And what Allah did? And this is the same story. وَذَنُّونِ إِذْ ذَهَبَ مُغَاضِبًا فَظَنَّ أَنَّ لَن نَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ فَنَادَى فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved them from adhab. But on the other side, their Nabi, when he saw that adhab did not come while he had actually announced the adhab, so he thought what they are going to say if I go and said, see, are you a Nabi? You said adhab will come, adhab didn't come. But he didn't know what happened actually afterwards. How they all together, not few people, all together, ijtima'i tawbah, collective tawbah. They did collective tawbah. And when the Prophet saw this situation, he went back, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him in trial, in a situation that he was in the stomach of a huge fish. Right? And what he said there, that dhikr is very important dhikr. فَنَادَى فِي الظُّلُمَاتِ. He in the darkness asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. Yunus alayhi salam is an example of doing the dua in best way. All Anbiya, of course, we have all Anbiya as example, all A'imma alayhim salam, Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. But Yunus, this is tadarru'. This is what he did to Allah subhanahu. La ilaha illa anta subhanak inni kuntum fanada fi dhulumat. So it is actually the way a person should come, and whenever You try it. Whenever you feel tadarru' and do the dua will be accepted, inshallah. This happens. But when you do dua 100 times this and 10 times this and 1 time this, and just keep reading it and repeating it without understanding, and then you come and say the dua was not accepted, this dua will not be accepted. You should say it wholeheartedly, from depth of your heart. You to speak. By the way, there is a story of a king called Nadir Shah. This Nadir Shah, he visited the shrine of Mawla Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam in Najaf. So he respected that place, and he moved towards the shrine barefooted. When he reached to the door, he saw a faqir, a beggar is sitting there, and he is blind, asking people for help. He didn't know that the king is coming, otherwise he would move. He was sitting there. The king stood there, asked his name. He said, "This is my name." He said, Nadir Shah said, "Are you blind?" He said, "Yes." He said, "For how long you're sitting here?" He said, "For these many years." He said, "These many years? You're sitting here in a place where people from all around the world come here and ask him for hajat. Didn't you ask him for your eyes, for your vision?" He said, "I did, but I did not get my vision." "Are you sure? You did not do tawassul to Amir al-Mu'minin, to Imam Ali?" He said, "I did, but it was not accepted." He said, "Fine, it is okay. Now I'm going in and we'll come back. You will stay here. If I saw you still blind, I will kill you right away." He said, "What?" "Yes, I will kill you. If I saw you still blind, in these few minutes of, whatever time I go in and come back, I should see you, cured from your blindness." And he went inside. Nadir Shah went inside. Now, think what would have happened to him. This faqir started really asking Mawla Amir al-Mu'minin, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing tawassul. How? You know how. He's saying, "Mawla, now please, I have no way, I cannot, I'm going to die. Just save me. Give me my eyes." In whatever manner he could, he was really with full attention asking for his vision. And when he asked really wholeheartedly, in this situation, this is called tadarru'. How many times we feel this situation of tadarru'? How many times? Just we know to complain, dua is not accepted. How many times did we do dua with tadarru'? Imam is asking us to do dua with tadarru'. With tadarru' indal maskana. What is the tadarru' indal maskana? Approaching dua with maskana. When he came back, really, he saw him. He has his eyes. He said, "I was not intending to kill you, but I wanted to give you the sense of really the real true manner of dua, so you can understand that when you ask, don't come and say, 'Oh Allah, give me this, oh Allah, give me that.' Keep your relationship. So when you have a good relationship with Allah and you connect to Allah and ask Him with tadarru' and maskana, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help, insha'Allah. May Allah give us the ability and tawfiq to do the dua the way Allah subhanahu wa